Good morning everybody, thank you for joining me again. As you can see, I'm at the River Dart again. I'm at the same stretch that I was last week. I've just been up to Sharrah Pools. Wow, you can see it's a bit wet and windy. I've just been up to Sharrah Pools to see that golden tree I took a photograph of last week, but unfortunately most of the leaves have blown off. I found another one here which I might have a look at. But today's video is really about how to become a better photographer. So I only have one golden rule for you, and that's to get out and practice. Even on a day like today, when I thought the weather would be against me, there's some great photographs to be had. And although it's difficult to get up early in the morning and get out on a day like today, once you're out, you tend to enjoy it. Now, you don't have to have lots of expensive equipment. Even if you've just got a mobile phone, you can practice your composition. Well, a lot of mobile phones these days are really quite good. So there's no excuse. What are you waiting for? So in the end, I actually included quite a few photographs in this week's video. And as I've said before, I'm no expert, so I thought, as I said about mobile phones, I'd just concentrate on the compositions, and I've put the settings down by the side if you're interested. This first one was of this golden tree. I've cut out the sky because it was very bright, but you can see I've tried to make a balanced photograph with the tree on the left and the water going by. I also took this panorama mainly because I was trying to cut the sky out. It was just too bright. One other problem you might notice from this was a 4-second exposure to blur out the water, but it was a very windy day, so you can see the blurred motion in the tree. I quite like the composition and the colours, but this is one of these photographs that you learn lessons from. So this one was taken with my mobile phone, which doesn't have a very good camera. What I've done is I've put the far bank of the river on the top third and the overhanging branches, and I've used the rocks in the river just to lead your eye into the scene and try to make a balanced shot. And this one again was taken with my mobile phone. Again, I'm using the rule of thirds to have the top third with the branches, so those sort of fingers coming in from each side, the bracken in the bottom third, the rocks leading you into the scene, and obviously the river running through the middle. So the previous week I'd walked along this path and I'd had to go past this waterfall. I nearly stopped then to take some photographs, but this week, as you can see, not a very flattering position to be stood in with my umbrella, but I took a couple of shots with my camera and one with my mobile phone. So this first is with the mobile phone. And you can see the composition with the waterfall running down through the centre and then fanning out at the bottom. I've got some rocks in the foreground which lead your eye into the photograph, plus that tree trunk on the left hand side. And then I took the same shot with my Sony A6300, and this had my 16 to 50mm kit lens on. Almost the same shot, but because I was using my camera I was able to slow the shutter speed down to 10 seconds. All of these shots are I've taken for this video, I've got a circular polariser on just to take out the glare in the water and just to make the colours a little bit more vibrant. On a wet day today, like today, the polariser helps cut down the glare off the water on the foliage, on the leaves. So this shot was taken at 5 seconds. Again, I just moved slightly, and the shot with the boulders in the foreground leading your eye up the waterfall to that light patch at the top. I just thought I'd show you this colour in the forest, the bracken and the trees. I'm not sure if this GoPro will do it justice. You must come out and take photographs this time of year. Just look at that colour. So inspiring to take photographs. I've been out for hours, I'm cold, I'm wet, and I still don't want to give up. And now it's absolutely chucking it down. But just look at that. So despite being cold and wet, I couldn't resist staying another hour to take photographs. So this composition is a bit cluttered. You can see I'm still using the rule of thirds, the trees at the top, the fallen ones at the bottom, and that sort of band of reddy gold in the middle. It's one of those photographs where there's lots going on, but as a child I'd loved that photograph. And then I moved on and saw this twisted tree that was standing out in the middle. Made a lovely subject. Not sure if it had been in a fire or whether it died and the bark had stripped off, but you can see how it's twisted as it's grown. Again, it's in the centre of the shot. Bottom third is the foreground and the bracken, and I've cut the sky out. And then walking along the forest path, there's plenty of colour. I took this one just because of the reds and oranges in the leaves on the path, and this log that just was falling down the middle of the path. Great subject to lead your eye along the path into the distance. Always good to find leading lines like this. But just as nice is just to take a simple shot like this, just looking straight down at the ground. The only thing I've done is made sure I've included some of the yellow leaves that were on the ground. If it was all one colour, it just wouldn't be the same. And I've tried to balance those on sort of in different places in the image. And then sometimes you get little gems like this. Looking across the river, I saw this gate between these big twisted, I think, oak trees, and the patches of light on the ground as well. I have just put a little bit of highlight on on the gate just to lead your eye towards the gate. But as you can see, this is just like something from Lord of the Rings. Now this one was taken with the mobile phone again, as I was walking on the path above the river, just to see what the colour would be like and how well it would capture the autumn colours. Certainly not a bad shot.
So something else you might see is other people having fun. Probably to be expected. Well, there might be one more scene I just have to photograph. If you look through the trees, those in the background there, you've got all that orange and yellow colour crisscrossed by the dark trunks of the trees. There's got to be an image there somewhere. So I'll put my telephoto lens on and have a look through the tree there and see what I can find. If it's any good, I'll show you it now.
Well, they were good, and by far my favourite photographs from the day. As you can see, the colours are fantastic, and the branches just framed it like a stained glass window. There was no enhancement needed in Photoshop or anything with this photograph. Apart from a vignette, this is as it came out of the camera. So this next shot is cropped in a little bit more, and I have brightened up the centre of the shot slightly, just by increasing the exposure using my Capture One software. And lastly, I just moved the camera to the left slightly, and because I like those three branches on the left hand side, but it also sort of made that dark patch in the centre the focal point, and with that ring of colour around it, and it still worked really well.
Well, despite the rain, it's been an epic walk today. Glad you could come along with me. But just remember, even on a day when it's raining, you don't want to get out of bed. Get up and go out. And then hopefully, like today, you'll be inspired to take some photographs. Even without those, it's been a great day. This is a great stretch of the River Dart. I'll put up where I'm actually filming this from. Well, if I've inspired you to get out and take some photographs, join me again next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me a like. But for now, cheerio.